18th, 2021. Perseverance, NASA's newest rover, one of the most sophisticated planetary probes ever built, is approaching Mars on an epic quest to hunt for life beyond Earth.
We are under a minute from cruise stage separation.
130 million miles away, a team of researchers anxiously waits
Heading alignment.
as Perseverance attempts to land where no rover has dared land before. Inside a crater that might be filled with ancient Martian life, but is definitely filled with cliffs and sand traps where a rover can crash or get stuck for good.
We're heading toward the ground at race car speeds, so there's no way we're going to joystick this down.
For the first time in the history of Mars exploration, a rover is equipped with the intelligence to try to steer itself out of danger.
There's a very specific timeline of events that have to happen at the correct time for the entire process to succeed.
Navigation.
Perseverance signals its progress
Skycam maneuver has started.
as the team monitors every step. If the rover manages to land in one piece, for about 2 years, it will drill into Martian rock that could hold evidence of ancient life, then collect samples and store them.
For the first time, we are going to collect rock samples and bring them back to Earth.
In the future, another rover will retrieve the samples Perseverance collects. And through a series of daring missions that sound more science fiction than science fact, the samples will be brought to Earth, where researchers can examine them in far greater detail.
We have this amazing technology that can really get those samples, bring them back to Earth, and do all the really cool analysis that we want to do here on Earth.
This is a very, very large undertaking involving thousands and thousands of people from all over the world.
Thousands of researchers with one shared goal: looking for life on Mars, right now on Nova. Did life ever exist on Mars? And if it did, what would that mean for us?
How special is life on Earth? Why do we not see it on Mars today? Did it ever evolve on Mars? What does it take to get life to evolve on a planet?
That question about life is the one that really perplexes and I think really drives us. Something about our desire to not be alone keeps pushing us forward in the search for life.
I like to call it CSI Mars, right? You know, it's literally this investigation where you're finding all these little clues to put together your story.
The tale of our celestial neighbor, Mars. The red planet. It captures the imagination. Thousands of images paint a picture of a barren, alien world. At the same time, there's something about Mars that's strangely familiar.
I was born on the Navajo Nation. It's a high desert area that actually has rolling desert hills, canyons and rock formations and mountains, and all of that looks like the Martian landscape.
When I look at the pictures of Mars, I see the Mojave Desert, right? Without the cactus, I can't tell the difference if this image is from the Mojave Desert or if this is from Mars. To me, it makes me want to know more. It makes me want to know, what happened to Mars, or was there life there?
Can the Perseverance rover finally answer this question?
There are hundreds of chances to digitally engage with your customers every day. And the best businesses never miss a moment. The Digital Maturity Benchmark tool can help you find opportunities to identify, understand, and influence your audience.
We've been searching for the remnants of life on the Red Planet for decades. From the Mariner orbiters to the successful landings of Viking 1 and 2. Through the twin rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, that crisscrossed the planet.
We've been building our knowledge of the Martian environment through so many decades and so many achievements from so many engineers before us.
But it was the discoveries of the most cunning robotic detectives to ever explore Mars. A rover named Curiosity that set the stage for the Perseverance mission. September 14th, 2012. 40 days after Curiosity landed on Mars, it stumbled upon the unexpected.
I remember the moment those images came down. We were all at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory at the time, and we all huddled around a giant computer screen, and I was just gazing at this in astonishment because it's not what we had expected.
We came across a whole bunch of couples. And when we saw that, everybody's jaw just dropped. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is perfect. It is the classic example of a river deposit. Each one of those rocks, they had to get bounced around in some type of environment that was going to turn them from something that was chunky and sharp and angular to something that was rounded. Rivers do that. Rivers on Earth do that very well. And so when we saw this, it was our first evidence of a river.
Evidence that water once flowed on the surface of the Red Planet. On Earth, all life needs water to thrive. From the giant blue whale to tiny microbes.
The scientists on the team have discovered all these telltale signatures in the rocks that there were rivers and ancient lakes that existed for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years.
You can think of Mars as, back in time, of course, as being Earth's slightly smaller, slightly colder sister.
Between 3.9 and 3.5 billion years ago, we think that Mars was a warmer and wetter place. And what's interesting about that is that's the same sort of time interval that life got going on Earth.
We have two planets with similar environments at similar times. One of them on Earth is inhabited. Why wouldn't we expect that the one on Mars would be inhabited?
Curiosity found evidence of a once wet world. But here on Earth, for life to thrive, it needs more than water. It needs nutrients.
We tend to simplify that search for what type of nutrients as what we call schnapps.
When people say schnapps, what they're saying is carbon,
Hydrogen,
Nitrogen,
oxygen,
phosphorus.
Sulfur. When we spell all those, the first letter of all of those out, it's called schnapps.
These 6 elements make up roughly 99% of the mass of the human body. In fact, they make up about 99% of the mass of all living things. If life, as we know it, ever existed on Mars, finding schnapps was key. Could Curiosity, a laboratory on wheels, find schnapps? The rover scooped up samples of Martian soil to decode its chemical composition.
What we found was diverse chemistry that included carbon, hydrogen, some nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur, and eventually we found some phosphorus. There's plenty of chemical energy available for life if it had ever lived there.
That's really been the big discovery of the Curiosity rover mission.
Curiosity found the ingredients necessary for life to emerge, but not life itself.
Curiosity has not, in fact, detected evidence for life because it does not have the instruments designed for that purpose.
Perseverance is designed to take the next step in Mars exploration as it ventures into unexplored territory to search for samples of Martian rock in Jezero Crater.
If you want to set yourself up for success for finding ancient life, that is the place to go.
This orbital image reveals what makes Jezero Crater so intriguing.
The key thing that led us to Jezero was this beautiful delta, beautifully visible from orbit. We think that delta must be somewhere around 3 billion years old or older. This delta sits at the end of a beautifully expressed sinuous river channel that came in from the northwest, flowing into the crater rim and filling up Jezero Crater with a lake.
On Earth, deltas form where a river and a larger body of water meet. Sediment, brought in from the river, drifts to the bottom.
The sediments that the river carries they really just fall out and they settle down.
And creates a mud layer at the bottom. Year after year after year after year, it creates these.
Take some of that earthly delta